Angela Bassett just won a Best Supporting Actress at the Golden Globes. You didn't catch the broadcast? Okay, me neither. But I saw the clip and I really, really loved this clip because Angela Bassett's speech was a real example of a class act, okay? And she addressed this topic. As we're talking now about how some people are clamoring for reparations to the tune of $5 million because their 10 times great-grandfather was a slave or something, Angela Bassett, instead of focusing on resentment, as so many people do now, at award ceremonies in particular, on the sports fields, in public life, Angela Bassett focused on the opposite, gratitude.
In order for that destiny to manifest, I think that it requires courage to have faith. It requires patience, as we just heard, and it requires a true sense of yourself. It's not easy because the path is circuitous and it has many unexpected detours. But by the grace of God, I stand here. I stand here grateful to the Hollywood Foreign Press for giving me this honor along with Wakanda Forever. Grateful to my amazing team who every day, each and every one of them work along with me and beside me and on my behalf each and every day. Grateful to my family, Courtney, B. Vance, Bronwyn, and Slater. I love you from the depths of my heart. And my mother always said that good things come to those who pray. And I see the truth of that every day.
Love it. What a class act. I want to put that part of the speech on repeat. I want to play it in every classroom in America. That's so right. Not only is it a classy thing to say at an award ceremony as you're being handed a trophy, but it's just the right attitude to have in life. You can approach life. Anybody can approach life from the perspective of resentment and anxiety and dread and fear and general irritation. Or any person can approach life from the perspective of gratitude. And the reason for that is you are not responsible for the creation of your life. You did not make yourself. You did not will yourself into the world. Your life is a gift. So every single thing that you get is a gift from God. And you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it. That's just a gift that you were given freely. And you owe gratitude for that. Exactly the right way. And she ends it on that note. She doesn't just talk about gratitude out in the ether, this kind of new agey, it's the vibes and the energy, man, and the echoes and the ripples. No, she's saying it's good to pray. Not just send good vibes, but pray. Good things come to those who pray. And maybe not material good things. Plenty of God's favorite people have suffered enormously. But ultimately, good things come to those who pray. Because prayer is conducive to happiness. Gratitude is conducive to happiness. That's why the do-badders who are destroying our society are trying to get people to stop praying. In fact, this just happened over at the Mall of America, that gigantic mall in Minneapolis. A guy was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Jesus saves." Really simple t-shirt, very basic statement that people have been wearing on their bodies and their clothing for 2,000 years now. You probably could have found Romans in togas wearing the phrase, "Jesus saves," and the authorities probably wouldn't have liked that either. This guy gets harassed and told to leave by a mall cop for wearing that offensive statement.
Jesus is associated with religion and it's offending people.
No, it's not. Actually, it's not religion. It's about eternal life.
Okay, but it's the same thing, okay? People have been offended, and like I said, all we were asking you is to take your shirt off, you can go to Macy's or we can leave.
I didn't say anything though.
If you want to shop here, you need to take that shirt off. It is religious soliciting. There is no soliciting allowed on mall property, which is private property.
And they just keep harassing this guy. The clip goes on and on and on. The cop won't back down. The guy says, "I didn't even say anything. I'm just wearing this shirt and it says Jesus saves." It's not an obscene shirt. In fact, if it were an obscene shirt, I'm sure the cops wouldn't have hassled him. But because he's wearing a shirt that makes a statement that is good and true and beautiful and conducive to happiness and human flourishing, that's why the powers that be are after him. And this should come as no surprise. The devil is the prince of this world, okay? This is nothing new. We like to lament the lizard people over in Davos because they're awful. They're awful and they want to destroy our lives. I'm not downplaying that. But this is not a new thing, okay? We fight against principalities and powers and evil and wickedness in the very high places, okay? And all the way down to the very lowest echelons of that authority and enforcement, all the way down to this mall cop trying to shuffle a Christian out there because what he was wearing on his shirt, the cop considered to be offensive. In a way, it is offensive. It's offensive in a very wonderful way. It's offending the evil sensibilities of a fallen world. But it is offensive. It's making an exclusive claim. It's saying that if you want to be saved, you're saved through God the Son. That's how you're saved. What if people say, well, but I don't want to worship Jesus? Okay, well, I guess that's a you problem. I imagine that's what this man would say. He's wearing a shirt that says Jesus saves. Well, why can't God save mankind in some other way that I would prefer? That's what all sorts of people have been asking for the last 2,000 years. Why can't the religion of me be true, whatever my preferred version is? How dare you suggest that your vision is true? I'm going to punish you for doing that. Yeah, of course. Look what they did to Jesus, okay? Of course they're hustling this guy out of the Mall of America. It is offensive. But the shirt is true, okay? A story I really wanted to get to on Monday. I'm glad we have a minute or so to get to it now. Lisa Marie Presley died. Lisa Marie Presley was the only daughter of Elvis Presley, only child of Elvis Presley. She was only 54 years old. Some of you may know, I don't know, I haven't been totally open about this on the show. I am a huge Elvis fan. I am a diehard Elvis fan. I've been a huge Elvis fan since I was 5 years old. I was pictured in my local newspaper doing a little Elvis song and dance when I was in kindergarten. I would, on occasion, do an Elvis impersonation as part of a variety show in Hawaii. I've got Elvis memorabilia. I once visited the West Wing for the first time and Graceland for the first time within a relatively short period of time. I was much more in awe of Graceland. Okay, I'm just a huge Elvis fan. Very, very sad that Lisa Marie Presley died. Some people are blaming it on the vaccine. I don't think there's evidence of that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't see any evidence of that. Obviously, there were heart problems in Elvis's family. His mother had heart problems. He had heart problems. Lisa Marie had heart problems, it would seem. The Presleys had been pretty open about their drug problems over the years. Poor Lisa Marie's son, who looked just like his grandfather, died a couple of years ago. So had a hard life. The reason I bring it up at all is one, it's good to pray for the Presleys. They're really near and dear to my heart, even though I've never met any of them. But also to make a point that is really important to keep in mind, especially as we talk about the rulers of the world, the rich hobnobbing over in Davos with their private jets and their champagne and all the rest of it. It's a warning story from Lisa Marie Presley. Lisa Marie Presley has been rich every day of her life. Material prosperity does not determine a happy life. And when I say that, everyone's going to say, duh, yeah, Michael, tell me something I don't know. Wow, what genius insight over here from the philosopher, Mr. Michael. Money doesn't buy happiness. I know everybody knows that. Except we all forget it. We all forget it all the time. We say, if I just had a little bit more money, then I'd be happy. Look at the people in Davos. Are those people happy? I don't know. They don't seem like happy people to me. Bill Gates doesn't seem like a happy person to me. The philosophers of Davos who go on stage and say, God is fake news, there is no soul, we are nothing, all the little people, we're going to ply them with drugs and video games, they're useless people. They're like, we're going to feed them crickets and they're sucking up the air, polluting my world. The people who are saying that don't seem like very happy people to me. You look at Hollywood, you look at the rich and famous, you look at their lives are so disordered so much of the time. And then you think about the happiest people you know. Poor people have plenty of problems too. But it seems to me that there are very, very poor people who are happy and very, very poor people who are unhappy. And the same is true for rich people, which means that the determinant for happiness is not money. The communists are wrong. The determinant for happiness is not how much money you have. Even the kind of liberal technocrats are wrong. The The determinant for happiness is not how much money you have. The greed is good, hardcore, Wall Street 1980s Republicans, let's all get rich kind of right-winger types. Their premise is wrong too. It's not to say that money is a bad thing. Money can be a lovely thing. It's not that the root of money is, that money rather is the root of all evil. That's not true. People misquote that quite a lot. The love of money is the root of all evil. But money itself is just material, and your life does not hinge on material things. Because contrary to what all these geniuses who think they know so much better than you, who think that they can upend the whole world and run your life for you, all these geniuses who are virtually all materialists of one sort or another, contrary to what they believe, you are more than just your body and you're more than just your stuff. And if you treat yourself like you're just a hunk of meat to be manipulated by various chemicals and things that money can buy, you are not going to live a happy life. You're going to be just as happy as those lizard people over in Switzerland.